Beautifully said. Okay, so many of you have heard me say this. In order to have what we have not, we must first become what we are not. As we become what we are not, then what we have not becomes a natural manifestation of the person we're now becoming. But in order to become what we are not, we must first be able to see ourselves, each other, that which is around us, and that which is within us. Not just as we are today, but as we can become tomorrow, which I've pointed out before. I hope that's the way God sees each one of us. The moment we see ourselves not just as we are, but as we can become, then we become a person of vision. I call it the first step of faith. When we become a person of vision, and we hold on to the vision, it grows into a desire. Now, as we exercise our faith or nurture the desire with prayer, meditation, proclamation, affirmation, declaration, the desire becomes a passion. The passion compels us to action. The action creates the end result, which is what we all want. Where does it all begin? It begins with the vision. Ideas affect the way we think. The way we think affects the way we act. The way we act to a large degree determines our results. If we want to take charge of our results, we have to be willing to take charge of the ideas that we are allowing ourselves to be exposed to on a day-to-day basis. Because if we don't, then by default, the ideas that we are being exposed to, whether it's outside influences or internal influences, those ideas take charge of us. And most people, as a result of that, end up living in a reactive mode, constantly allowing the conditions around them or within them to far too often govern the conditions within themselves and what they're trying to achieve. So, with that in mind, I want you to focus on what your fitness goal or objective is. I want you to see it clearly in your mind. And once you see it, I want you to proclaim, every day in every way, I'm getting closer and closer to my fitness objective or my health goal. Our bodies are responding to what we say, think, and do, and to our feelings and our emotions. Our body responds. So, put some emotion in it. Play with it. Exercise it. For those of you who are Christians, it's a principle. There's a great quote in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." It starts in our mind. We're not talking enough about that, and I'm sorry, but we need to. We need to see our goals and our objectives in our mind. So if it's weight loss, you're not focusing on fighting against weighing too much. You're focusing on moving toward losing more weight and how great you are feeling because you have an opportunity every day to do something that's going to help bring you closer and closer to your goal or objective. Christine didn't give up. She had a lot of the same health issues and then some that many of you may have had and some of you have written about. She didn't give up. She's doing great. Persistence overcomes resistance. So I want to talk just briefly about some of the things you can accomplish on the Cellerciser as far as intensity.